throttle management. Talking to Matt DiBenedetto, he said, I never got more than half throttle anywhere on this racetrack.
How about Father's Day weekend? Bill Elliott here watching his son Chase Elliott. He'll talk to him from up in the spotter stand. Let's go down to the third man on our broadcast team, Derek Perniciglio.
Brandon, first time here running a K&N car, but you've got a lot of experience here in late models. Does that give you the advantage?
Oh, yeah, definitely. We went out for practice, and we're already near the top of the board real quick without getting any testing here at all. So definitely the late models helped out a lot.
Your teammates with your dad, you going to cut him any slack tonight?
He's another competitor, so probably not.
How about you, Rick? You've raced here before in the late models. What's it like racing with your son?
Oh, racing with him, I've learned so much watching him pass me time after time after time. So it's been great. It's been great.
Is there anything that you can help him with?
No, a little bit of experience I've had in the past, just in the long races and things, and just how to survive and hang on. Don't wear out your tires. So, but he seemed to pick it up pretty quick. So there's not a lot I can teach him at this point.
A great father-son bond between Rick and Brandon Godovic. They will race tonight here at Langley Speedway. This just under 0.4 of a mile racetrack. We've got 26 cars that will take the green flag when we come back. Welcome back to the NASCAR K&N Pro Series East from Langley Speedway. Phil, let's take a look at the particulars of this track.
This racetrack is just under 0.4 of a mile. You see the corners are banked at 6 degrees. There's a flatter apron inside of the corners that you can actually get probably better grip sometimes than you can on the racetrack. Very old surface, very, very abrasive.
We see a little bit darker of a racetrack there below the yellow line. Take a look at our starting grid. Coleman Presley grabbed his second career pole here at this racetrack, and within the last 3 races, that was his second.
Yeah, and X-Team Racing 1, 2, 3, and Revolution Racing 4, 5, 6. 26 starters, 24 of them inside 1/2 a second.
It is going to be a very tight race. Field in line. Green flag is out. We're underway at Langley. Already, we're seeing guys take the left side tires down below that yellow line.
See Coleman Presley from the pole, his left side now. All 4 tires for a moment down below the line, but Alex Bowman gets the lead on the outside.
Alex Bowman takes the top spot early in this one, but way up the racetrack. That allows Coleman Presley to take the top spot once again as they enter 3.
Alex fights back, but Coleman has a preferred line. There's Sergio Pena going to pull right up beside Alex Bowman.
Pena trying to take second away, but Bowman has it for now. Pena still sticking the nose right in there, trying to get that second spot away from Alex Bowman.
We're seeing a lot of those guys use that apron of the racetrack. There's Sergio with his left sides down below the yellow line to get some grip.
Sergio with a good run early on as they stay side by side for second. Just behind them, though, is Matt DiBenedetto in the 15, waiting for one to take the advantage so he can make a move.
Now he's going to pull up to the inside of his teammate Alex Bowman to try to get that 3rd spot, and he has it.
Easily grabs the spot. Problems for Brett Moffitt. It looks as though he's got a tire down. The left front tire is down for Brett Moffitt.
What a horrible break for Brett Moffitt. That's going to cost him at least a couple laps as he brings the car down to pit road to Mike Gricci and his guys.
We stay green, so Moffitt on the inside of the track will get the left front tire changed, and we continue to race.
Good racing. There's Max Gresham on the inside. That's a battle for 8th. Corey LaJoy, the 0-7 on the outside. Eddie McDonald, the 71 trailing.
A little smoke just in front of him. In the 2 of Ryan Gifford, still smoking off the right side.
Tire rub on the right rear. Looks like he got against the outside wall, probably exiting one of the corners. Definitely has a pretty significant tire rub there.
A little bit of damage to Ryan Gifford's right side. So Chase Elliott just behind him in the number 9, trying to get that position away from him.
There's Brett Moffitt back on the racetrack. He is 2 laps down.
Brett Moffitt will have a steep hill to climb today.
I'm not sure that tire's going to make it.
Keeping our eye on Ryan Gifford again. The right rear tire smoking because of the damage to the right rear quarter panel. Looks like he's got some damage to the left rear quarter panel as well.
Chase Elliott right behind him in the 9 car. He doesn't want to go to the outside in case something happens to that right rear tire, and around he would go.
Sergio Pena holding on to second behind Coleman Presley, our leader. And just behind them, Matt DiBenedetto in the 15.
Easy on the throttle, just like you have an egg underneath that gas pedal foot. You don't want to spin these rear tires and make them mad.
Always talking about forward bite when we come to racetracks, and that's what they want. They want to make sure to keep those wheels connected to the ground when they give it the gas and acceleration off of turns number 2 and 4.
There's Chase, pulls up beside the 2 of Ryan Gifford. Chase would love to get that 2 car in his mirror and not have to worry about whether that right rear tire is going to go down on Ryan Gifford's car.
A little bit of a rougher transition when they go into turns 1 and 3. You see some sparks flying every now and then when they're bottoming out, but they're able to take advantage of that shorter line around this racetrack.
They certainly are, and there's actually more grip down there with a little bit darker pavement.
The field has lined up now. Let's go down to Derek Pernisiglia. What's going on in the garage?
Well, so far it's a solid run for the kid they call the Super Shoe, Corey LaJoie. But this weekend, the LaJoie family is racing with a heavy heart. Their good friend Jimmy Smith, who was a 5-time modified champion at the Danbury Stadium, passed away on Sunday due to his long battle with cancer. So this weekend, the LaJoie family is dedicating this race to Jimmy Smith.
Strong roots up in the Northern Modified Tour for the LaJoies and so many of the people involved in our sport.
LaJoie currently chasing after Ryan Gifford in that 2. Again, we've talked about the tire rub. There's Eddie McDonald just behind LaJoie in the 71.
Darrell Wallace Jr., the 6 car right behind Eddie McDonald.
Darrell Wallace Jr., our points leader coming into this race.
All top 10 finishes, all 6 races. Halfway through now. We've got 6 to go, 6 in the books.
Very consistent. Coleman Presley still consistently running well up front as he's holding off Sergio Pena and Matt DiBenedetto.
Good shot of that. The sparks you were talking about entering turn number 1. There's a bit of a bump, that transition getting down in 1.
Coleman Presley still holding on to the top spot. Problems. Brandon Godovic goes around in the 46. That will bring out our first caution.
It looks like you can see the damage on the left rear quarter panel. Looks like there was some contact. I believe he was racing with the 0-3. There it is right there. There's a contact. Cody Hodgson.
So the 0-3 spins Brandon Godovic around. That's short track racing. We're under our first caution here at Hampton, Virginia. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Getting ready for the restart of the visit. Hampton, Virginia, 175 here on Speed, your motorsports authority. Green flag back in the air. Coleman Presley on the inside. Sergio Pena on the outside.
Sergio hangs in there tough. Has a right rear quarter panel of Coleman Presley to his inside. Now Coleman has it.
Back to Benedetto in the 15th.
Contact.
Little contact was Sergio Pena. Pena able to hold on to that second spot.
Sergio definitely wanted to get back in line behind Coleman. There wasn't quite room, but Matt gave him a break.
Alex Bowman running in the 4th spot. Just behind him, the 8 of Michael Cherry. Now we see a battle for the 9th position. Corey LaJoie, Darrell Wallace Jr. Wallace Jr. on the inside.
Good side-by-side battle there. Corey LaJoie the hard way around on the outside. Not able to use that apron for that grip with your left side tires when you're hung on the outside like that.
All in line through the top 10. So we see a little side-by-side racing back in the 13th position.
DJ Shaw, the 37 car, Ben Kennedy, the 96. What a great run Ben Kennedy had with that 3rd place finish just a couple of races ago.
Yeah, Bowman Gray, and what a historic racetrack. And we come to Langley for the first time in the K&N Pro Series East, so they're making a few more visits to these historic racetracks.
Yeah, Cody Hodgson gets really sideways on this historic turn number 4 here at Langley Field. But yeah, long history here at Langley Field. Started out as a horse track, and they shortened it up to a dirt track about 4/10 of a mile and then paved it a number of years ago. We actually ran here the first year of the Busch Series back in 1982.
How'd you do?
Finished 3rd. I was lost as an Easter egg in practice, and Jack Ingram finally felt sorry for me and helped me out a little bit and told me what kind of setup to put in my car, and we ended up finishing 3rd, and I think he won the race.
Wow. He didn't give you all of it.
He gave me 3 of the 4 corners, I think.
Battle continuing here. Again, Cody Hodgson in the 0-3 was the reason that Godovic went around, but now he's falling in line. Side by side between Andrew Smith and Clay Campbell. Clay Campbell, yeah, that name might sound familiar to those of you following the NASCAR circuit. He is the president of Martinsville Speedway.
Andrew Smith, that 62 car, with a great 3rd place run at Gresham for his career best last time out. And remember now, this is 3 in a row for these guys. 3 races in a row out of 12. So this is heavy part of the schedule for them.
And this is the first time that that's happened since 2008, where they've run 3 consecutive weeks here in the K&N Pro Series East.
I know these guys are going to be looking for a week or 2 off here after this race.
A bit of a break. Rick Godovic now checking up, letting the 08 of Clay Campbell get in front.
That's the 2 of Ryan Gifford right behind. He made a pit stop under that caution flag to get that right rear quarter panel pulled off his tire.
Well, let you know also, Brett Moffitt got 1 lap back. He was 2 laps down because of that cut tire early in this race, so he got 1 lap down, and now he is still just 1 lap back.
See Max Gresham in the 18 getting by Michael Cherry in the 8 car. What a great run for Max at his family's track last time out at Gresham Motorsports Park with that big win.
Is that fair to win at your home track?
Well,
I mean, your namesake?
You should have home court advantage for sure.
He sure did. Chase Elliott now all over the back bumper of that 8 of Michael Cherry.
Good battle for the 6th spot. Saw Dad Bill up in the spotter stand earlier. Going to help Chase. Very, very much involved. Chase actually ran a late model race here, a UARA race here last month for a little bit of experience on this racetrack. So that's certainly going to help.
We'll have to work on a nickname for Chase Elliott. Try to go with Awesome Bill from Dawsonville. Now I'm not sure how you can rhyme Chase Elliott in there, but we'll work on it.
Yeah, you're going to have to give me a little more time. I can't come up with anything off the top of my head.
Michael Cherry still holding on to the position. Chase Elliott just behind him.
You see about 6 car lengths in front of Max Gresham is Alex Bowman in the 16 car.
And because of that gap, Michael Cherry is going to start to get a little agitated here because he knows he's a faster car than that 18 of Gresham. And normally on short tracks, you use the bumper to get him out of the way.
We've seen that happen on occasion.
We'll see how long Michael Cherry will follow behind this 18 before he takes matters into his own hands.
Awfully early in the racetrack to be using the bumper much.
Let's go back down to Derek Pernasiglio as he is keeping track of everything going on in the garage.
Matt DiBenedetto has a very strong car. He's running in the top 5 right now. As a matter of fact, this is his Bowman Gray Stadium car, and if you remember a couple of weeks ago, he won that race. But he's also racing on the injured list this weekend. Matt DiBenedetto came to the track sick. He had stomach cramps all day long. He's not feeling very well right now, but he is running in the top 5, and he's hoping that he can forget about his sickness and take home the win.
Bill, we always hear drivers say their most comfortable place is in the seat of that race car. Is that true?
Absolutely, because you're not thinking about it anymore. All you're doing is concentrating on hitting your marks, getting your car turned in the center of the corner, keeping the rear tires underneath it. So this is the best medicine for sure.
There's a great battle for the 19th spot. Julian Alvarez in the 12 this week, and actually Joey Gase in the 66 filling in for Benny Gordon.
Yeah, Benny is at a wedding this weekend, so I don't know how you go to a wedding and miss a race, but Benny's doing that.
He's got his priorities straight. And right now, Julian Alvarez is trying to get by at 66 of Joey Gase.
And there's Ryan Gifford. Remember, we talked about him coming back to pit road to repair the damage to that right rear quarter panel.
He was smoking earlier because of the damage on the right side, and they have fixed that, and he's back out on the racetrack. A lot of nose to tail around Langley Speedway. Again, just under 4/10 of a mile. Guys picking their areas very wisely as far as where they want to try to pass.
We were here for a race one time talking about throttle management, and it was Tommy Ellis and Butch Lindley that were racing tooth and nail. Tommy Ellis actually lost a cylinder on his car. When he did, he pulled away from Butch Lindley.
Too much horsepower sometimes is a curse, especially when you're trying to keep the wheels stuck to the ground. And they make so much horsepower, like you mentioned, the egg situation where you've got to be so soft on that throttle, getting off of turns 4 and turns 2.
Coleman Presley continues to lead. Right now, Sergio Pena is all over the back of Coleman.
Sergio Pena very close to getting into the rear bumper there of Coleman Presley as they went into turn number 1. Sideways is Eddie McDonald. How about that slide through turn 2 and coming into 3.
That opens up the door for Darrell Wallace Jr. Now Pena is on the inside of Coleman for the lead.
Battle for the lead. Sergio Pena, can he take it side by side? He's got the preferred line as he looks to the inside of Coleman Presley coming out of turn number 4. Can he take it? Yes, he's got the lead.
How about that? A Virginia young man is in the lead in another race in Virginia. He's already won this year once in Virginia.
Yeah, won at South Boston earlier this year. Could he make it 2 wins in his home state?
Sergio, one of 4 drivers in the field from Virginia.
Sergio from Winchester, Virginia. Stay with us. More. Visit Hampton, Virginia 175 here on Speed. Welcome back to Langley Speedway. Out in front of the field, it's Sergio Pena. He was able to get by Coleman Presley, and now he's pulling away.
What a great car, that Freightliner Toyota of Sergio Pena. Ooh, how about 3 wide?
They don't normally go 3 wide when we're at Langley Speedway, but we just saw Sergio Pena split the 2 cars put them a lap down. So Pena trying to put some distance between himself and Coleman Presley.
Sergio came up on the 2 lap cars running side by side. We wondered what he was going to do. He went right through the middle.
Pena setting a blistering pace now, as it was all Coleman Presley for pretty much the first 50 laps, and then Pena able to get by. We're also seeing that the 15 of Matt DiBenedetto has got by his teammate, and it looks like Alex Bowman's going to follow him around.
As well as Max Gresham. Coleman Presley got hung in behind the lap car. Michelle Theriot lost 3 positions.
So Coleman Presley now trying to come back after getting in a bad situation following some slower lap traffic and allowing 4 cars to get by him.
See the X-Team Racing teammates, Matt DiBenedetto in the 15, Alex Bowman in a good battle for second. Alex a little bit lower through 3 and 4 that time, a little bit more down on the apron.
Bowman has closed the gap now between he and Matt DiBenedetto. We see Gresham coming on now in the 18 as well.
Coleman Presley now rounds out the top 5 in the 14 car.
Alex Bowman continues to cut the corner coming out of turn number 4, trying to shorten this racetrack, get a little more grip as he comes out of turns number 4 and turn 2. They're out of 2. Look to the inside of Matt DiBenedetto, not able to make the pass though.
Looks like Alex's car is really turning well. You can see him turn underneath the 15. Not quite enough room there to get up beside him. But if that car continues to turn as good as it does, he may be in for a great evening.
We're seeing Matt DiBenedetto now make the move to get a little bit farther inside so he doesn't open the door for the 16.
Alex got a little bit loose up off of 2 that last time.
Now these cars are going to be working around the slower lap traffic. The first one in front, Clay Campbell of DiBenedetto, as we see Sergio Pena continuing to work his way around lap traffic.
We saw Matt DiBenedetto with all 4 tires down below the yellow line, and he got a great jump up off of a 2 that last time.
Side-by-side action back behind our race leader. Again, this is a 175 lap race on a short track, so not a lot of time to make up positions. And really somebody that we haven't talked a lot about since the beginning of this race was Brett Moffitt, and he has done a great job of working his way through the field.
He's still 1 lap down. He got the lucky dog for the first caution after having that flat tire and losing 2 laps. Still 1 lap down, but a fast race car.
Battle for the 4th spot. Coleman Presley still trying to reel in the guys in front of him. Sergio Pena still working around the slower lap traffic, running very well in that race car.
There's Joey Gase in the 66 car. The next to go a lap down. Ooh, squeeze Sergio down to the bottom a little bit. Sergio able to get by though.
The 15 running in the 2nd spot right now, just behind Julian Alvarez, and now looking to the inside, trying to take that position on the racetrack, but still holding on to the 2nd spot. Alex Bowman chasing him on the inside.
See the lap cars moving over and giving the lead lap cars room on the bottom, who spin right in front of our 2nd place car.
Tanner Berryhill in the 97 goes around, brings out caution number 2.
Anxious moment that time for our 2nd place car, Matt DiBenedetto.
Early on in this race, it was all Coleman Presley. Now Sergio Pena in front. Welcome back. Sergio Pena on the inside, Matt DiBenedetto on the outside as we're getting ready to restart the Visit Hampton, Virginia 175 here on Speed.
Awfully easy to spin the tires on this start here. See if Sergio gets a good jump.
Green flag in the air. Sergio with a great restart.
Looks like Matt may have spun the tires a little bit. That allowed Alex Bowman to get up beside him. Actually, Alex has him cleared for a moment. Matt fights back on the outside, but Alex has it.
Alex takes the 2nd spot. Gresham now looking to the inside of that 15 of Matt DiBenedetto. Let's go back pit road and Derek Perniciglio.
Well, for the last 3 races, Max Gresham has been playing musical spotters. At Bowman Gray, he had Burt Myers, the modified champion. Last week at Gresham Motorsports Park, he had ARCA driver Cale Gale. This week, he's got Busch Series driver Mark Green helping him out up on the spotter stand.
Rick, the important thing with that is all 3 of them with a lot of experience, and they know what they're talking about.
How difficult is it, though, to have different people kind of guiding you around racetracks?
Well, I think you get together before the race and say, okay, what do you like? Do you like me to say inside? Do you like me to say still there? And those kind of, as we see, Corey LaJoie is still there on the inside of Michael Cherry. So it's all in what the driver wants to hear, but in about a 5-minute conversation, you can tell your spotter what you want to hear, and they can adapt.
The spotters are working hard right now as Corey LaJoie and Mike Cherry battling for position on the racetrack. Looks like LaJoie is going to take it.
Eddie McDonald there on the inside trying to get underneath Michael Cherry as well with a 71 car. There's DJ Shaw, the 37, right behind Eddie McDonald.
McDonald running well this season. Last 3 races, a 3rd, a 13th, and a 6th place finish at Gresham.
Eddie, the active all-time leader here for the series with 6 wins. Brett Moffitt also has 6 wins. I think probably when we go to Loudon, we'll probably see Matt Kobaluk back in the series, and Matt's got a number of wins. I think maybe he might be at 16. Slight contact that time. DJ Shaw on the inside of Eddie McDonald.
Shaw again throwing the nose in there as they go into turn number 1.
And he went in the dirt to try to find some grip down there.
DJ Shaw running a lot lower line than most of the other race cars, trying to find a way around this short racetrack.
Cody Hodgson right behind the 37 of DJ Shaw. That's Cody in the 03 car. There's Ben Kennedy, the 96 car behind the 03.
Cody Hodgson still trying to get by as we see Kennedy just behind Cody.
There's Brett Moffitt right behind the 98 of Chad Vogt. Brett still being shown 1 lap down.
Brett trying to get back on the lead lap. Let's go back to Derek Pernicinglio. Derek.
Chase Elliott may be 15 years old, but he is not naive by any sense of the word. Previously, before this race, he was sitting by himself on the back straightaway watching the local modified race. I asked him, what are you doing? He said, I'm getting an idea of how they run this track. If you can run up high or if you can put the car down on the apron. He may only be 15 years old, but he's a very smart young man.
I think he gets a little of that from his father. Learning how to make his way around a racetrack.
Yeah, one of the smartest guys we've ever had, one of the biggest winners we've ever had in the Cup Series, certainly. What a great battle now for the 2nd spot. There's Matt DiBenedetto on the inside of Max Gresham.
All 3 drivers fighting for that 2nd position. Alex Bowman has it. Gresham trying to take it away, and just behind him, Matt DiBenedetto. Here comes Gresham to the inside.
Good bite off the corner for Max Gresham. He's going to pull even with the 16 car. Alex Bowman gets a little bit sideways though, up off of 4.
Door to door for the 2nd spot. Gresham has the edge as they cross the stripe, but Bowman not giving up on the outside.
DiBenedetto's going to try to use the bottom to get by as well. Look at that jump he got off of turn 2.
Matt DiBenedetto is going to take 3rd away from his teammate, so DiBenedetto up to 3rd. Gresham has 2nd, all chasing after Sergio Pena.
Chase Elliott now pulls into the rear bumper of the 16 of Alex Bowman.
Chase Elliott learning the racetrack earlier, watching a race here on this facility, trying to figure out the line. It looks like it's working for him as he's in the top 5.
Great battle for 2nd. Max Gresham, Matt DiBenedetto, with Alex Bowman right there hanging in 4th.
Gresham closing the gap now on our race leader Sergio Pena. Here comes DiBenedetto as well. A great battle for the lead. Pena out in front. Gresham running 2nd. Matt DiBenedetto in 3rd.
See some tire marks on the right side of Sergio's car as you see Matt pull to the inside. Matt's going to try to take that lead away. It looks like Sergio's had some contact probably with a lap car with the right side of his car. Side by side.
Side by side for the lead. Pena's going to lose it to Max Gresham. Gresham now in front of the field here at Langley.
Comes DiBenedetto. He's going to try to take over the 2nd spot. He has it.
Matt DiBenedetto moves up to 2nd. Pena now is going to be in fear of dropping back to the 4th spot as the 16 of Alex Bowman works on him.
Looks like Alex Bowman's going to get that 3rd spot. He has it. Here comes Chase Elliott. Sergio Pena right now is really falling back.
Chase Elliott didn't want to open the door for Pena to slip back in, but Pena sees an opening, grabs it, so he holds on to 4th. Chase Elliott holding on to the 5th position.
Not quite halfway into this race. We have a long way to go here. Really have to save some tires.
175 laps scheduled for this one. In front of the field, it's Max Gresham. DiBenedetto running 2nd. Bowman, Pena, and Elliott your top 5. Welcome back. Sergio Pena able to get back by Alex Bowman. Moves up into the 3rd spot. Great racing around the racetrack.
There's Sergio going after the 2nd spot on Matt DiBenedetto. He has it. Strong move on the inside.
Sergio Pena easily getting by DiBenedetto. Now he'll set his sights on the 18 of Max Gresham, who's working around the slower lap traffic in front of him.
Heavy traffic for Max. He's behind the 2 of Ryan Gifford.
Let's go back to Derek.
Well, your leader, Max Gresham, has been a busy man in the last 2 days. Yesterday, he was out at the Michigan International Speedway, where he finished second in the ARCA race. Right now, he's leading the race here at Langley, and he's hoping that 2 is a magic number for him. Last year, he won 2 races back-to-back, Iowa and South Boston. Last week, he won at Gresham, and he's hoping to pick up the win tonight. If he can do it, that'll make 2 years in a row. He's had 2 wins in a row.
Well, back-to-back would be great for Max Gresham, but it seems like the fastest car on the racetrack right now is that 4 of Sergio Pena, who has closed the gap and now is on the back bumper of that 18.
He sure has. Sergio Pena is showing some muscle here. He may have been, we saw him lose 2 or 3 positions there about 25 laps ago. Now, it looks like maybe he was saving this stuff and he has a bunch left. It looks like heavy traffic.
Looks like the 45 of Michelle Theriot having some problems staying up to pace. She's falling back through the field.
There's Rick Godovic at the 64 getting by Michelle. What a great job Max Gresham did, though, in that ARCA Racing Series race at Michigan. Actually got passed on a green-white checker by Ty Dillon.
Pretty impressive run for Gresham as he's holding on to the top spot here. Looking to make it 2 in a row in the K&N Pro Series East. But he's got the 4 of Sergio Pena, just 3 car lengths back now.
There's DiBenedetto right there hanging in there in 3rd. Great racing here all night long.
So Gresham trying to hold on, Pena trying to get back out in front. Coleman Presley was out in front of the field early, and Pena took over the top spot until Max Gresham was able to get by. Battle for the 4th spot. Alex Bowman, Chase Elliott.
Coleman Presley hanging in there as well, right behind the 9 of Chase Elliott. See, about 3 car lengths back. Coleman, our pole sitter.
Chase Elliott waiting for a bobble out of the 16 of Alex Bowman. Coleman Presley, the pole winner, fell back after getting passed by Sergio Pena.
Pena lost 2 or 3 positions after he was hung in behind a lap car.
Trying to work his way back up into the top 5.
Top 3 cars have opened up a little bit of a gap over the 16 car of Alex Bowman. Alex right now runs 4th. Chase Elliott 5th. Coleman Presley 6th.
Battling for that 4th spot. Alex Bowman has it. Chase Elliott running comfortably about a car length back from him. Out in front, Max Gresham and Sergio Pena. That's the distance between 1 and 2.
We're getting late enough in this race now. Who has saved the most when we get down towards the end? We saw Sergio fall back to just inside the top 5, and then he just marched his way back up to 2nd. Ran down Max Gresham and then stayed here.
See if he's able to get by Gresham for the lead once again, as DiBenedetto running back there in the 3rd position.
They've opened up a little bit of a gap over Matt, about 3 car lengths, which is a lot here at this racetrack.
Sergio Pena now all over the back bumper of that 18 of Gresham. They're coming into the slower lap traffic. Pena looks to the inside, battle for the lead.
Sergio said, when I want to go, I'm going to go, and he is we have some lap traffic right up in front of the leaders here.
Brandon Haley in the 51 just in front of him. Will Pena be able to make his way to the inside? Now will be a pick on Max Gresham. Pena takes the lead once again.
Went all the way down to the grass to get by the 45 lap car.
Sergio Pena in front of the 18 of Max Gresham. Running 3rd, Matt DiBenedetto in the 15. Working their way through the slower lap traffic.
Boy, Sergio Pena's car really comes off the corner straight, and I think that's why he's been able to chase down these leaders as he goes around the trouble, a little contact.
Joey Gase goes around in the 66.
Right in between our leaders.
1 and 2 we're going by Joey Gase contact, and Gase goes around, and 1, 2, and 3 actually able to get through clean. So Pena, we take another look. Pena was by. Max Gresham got into the 66, and around went Joey Gase.
There's another view, just a little bit of contact from the back. Max does a nice job keeping that car out of the outside wall.
As did Matt DiBenedetto. So Pena out in front of the field holding on to that top spot. Welcome back. Green flag about to come out as we're closing in on 50 laps of racing to go from Langley Speedway. Sergio Pena, Max Gresham 1 and 2. Gresham spins the tires. That allows DiBenedetto to move to the inside in the battle for second.
Matt spun the tires as well, but he's able to get to the bottom of Max Gresham. Dead even going in 3.
These two battle for the second spot. Chase Elliott's moved up into the 4th position ahead of Alex Bowman.
Max Gresham able to get out in front of Matt DiBenedetto from the outside. Corey LaJoie now has moved up in front of the 14 of Coleman Presley. Now he's right behind the 16 of Alex Bowman.
Those two running 6th and 7th. DJ Shaw back there in the 8th spot and 37.
Good side-by-side racing. That's Chad Boat, the 98, Michael Cherry in the 8th. There's Eddie McDonald in the 71, Andrew Smith, and there's Brett Moffitt. Brett Moffitt is in position, if the caution flag were to come out, to get the lucky dog, and that would put him back on the lead lap. Strong race car, Rick.
Yeah, that would be amazing if he's able to do that after a strong start. Actually started this race in the 8th position, but a cut tire put him 2 laps down early on. But he has been very strong running through the field and not getting lapped by our leaders.
Right now, he's just hoping. You can see he's running in the 17th spot. 1 lap down. There's a caution flag. That's what he needed right there.
Caution comes out. Julian Albarracin is around. The 64 of Rick Godovic is around. And so what we were talking about, Brett Moffitt needing a caution, it happens on cue.
And there he goes right there. There's the lucky dog that will put him back on the lead lap. Now, obviously, he will not have very good track position. He really needs another caution to get the good track position where he can pull up right behind the guys on the lead lap.
So Brett Moffitt will make his way around, gets back on the lead lap, and I believe could be a contender for this one. He's had a strong race car.
Yeah, we have 44 laps to go here, so that's certainly not out of the question.
Field all back in line. Sergio Pena on the inside. On the outside, Max Gresham. Green flag back in the air. A great restart for DiBenedetto on the inside, and he's going to take second away from Gresham.
Saw Max Gresham get a little bit sideways here. These worn tires, it's really hard to get some grip, especially on these restarts. How about Coleman on the inside?
Making it 3 wide. Coleman Presley trying to take the spot. Sergio Pena out in front. The battle for second continues.
DiBenedetto on the inside of Max Gresham in a battle for second.
Gresham on the outside holding strong. DiBenedetto on the inside. Gets those left tires just inside the yellow line. Looking for grip, but it's Gresham on the outside who surges in front of Matt DiBenedetto.
Max has a strong car. He's been able to make the outside. And when we talk about the outside, it's really the bottom groove of the racetrack. The inside now is the apron of the racetrack.
Guys running down there below the yellow line. And they continue to battle for that second spot. And around goes the 97 of Tanner Berryhill once again. So that is another good opportunity for Brett Moffitt.
That's exactly what Brett Moffitt needs. He'll be able to line up with all the lead lap cars now.
You're watching the K&N Pro Series East here on Speed. Welcome back to Langley Speedway here in Hampton, Virginia. Beautiful evening for racing. Brett Moffitt back on the lead lap and currently in the 11th spot. Looking very strong, Phil.
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago we showed him in the 17th spot, 1 lap down, but he has a shot at getting back certainly up into the top 10, if not even more.
Sergio Pena, Max Gresham, Matt DiBenedetto, your top 3. Chase Elliott on the outside of row number 2. Green flag back in the air.
Ooh, a little bit of contact. Sergio wiggled the tail a little bit, ran into the 18 of Max Gresham.
Side by side for second. DiBenedetto on the inside, Gresham on the outside. We've seen this before.
We can tell these cars have a lot of laps on them. These tires have a lot of laps on them. Everybody now, where they were driving straight off the corner, now they're fishtailing this. Things getting a little bit sideways up off the corner when they try to get the power down.
That forward bite has gone away. Look at this. Brett Moffitt on the inside of 3 wide. He's got Darrell Wallace Jr. on his outside now as Corey LaJoie drops back.
That puts him all the way up to the 7th spot. If he's able to get by the 6 of Darrell Wallace Jr.
Brett Moffitt, man on a mission, trying to make his way back from being 2 laps down at the start of this race.
What a great comeback. If he could somehow get into the top 5, it would be an amazing comeback for him.
Successful day as he now sets his sights on the 14 of Coleman Presley. Coleman Presley trying to get by that 16 of Alex Bowman.
That's a battle for the 5th spot. Alex Bowman, the 16, has it. Coleman's in 6th. And there's Brett Moffitt in 7th.
Coleman Presley running that low line all the way down into the grass, trying to figure out a way to get by Alex Bowman.
There's DiBenedetto, pulls up beside of Max Gresham once again in a battle for second.
Benedetto trying to find some grip around this racetrack late in the going. Max Gresham back out in front though. Matt DiBenedetto running in the third spot. Sergio Pena leading this field around Langley Speedway.
How about Brett Moffitt? Now he's taken over the sixth spot from Coleman Presley.
Did it on the outside too, Phil.
Strong move there. That boy has been on a mission now. What a great season. He's the only driver we have that has won more than once. He's won twice in the 6 races.
Went to victory lane early, first race of the season, Greenville Pickens, and then Iowa got his second victory and now has moved up into the top 6.
And opens up 3 or 4 car lengths on the 14 car of Coleman Presley. Alex Bowman now holds down that 5th spot. He's next for Brett Moffitt.
See Corey LaJoie trying to catch up to Darrell Wallace Jr.
Corey had a great runner-ups position at Bowman Gray just a couple of races ago. That tied his career best in the series. He did that at Dover also last year.
Still battling in the top 10 as we see our top 4. Sergio Pena, Max Gresham, Matt DiBenedetto, and Chase Elliott.
Chase has actually moved in on that battle for second between Gresham and DiBenedetto. Good solid run for Chase.
To get into the top 5, can Brett Moffitt make the pass on the 16 of Alex Bowman? To the inside of Bowman he goes.
Well, he just turned underneath him. A little bit of contact, slight contact that time up off the corner. I think Brett has the position.
This time he's able to get by. Alex Bowman takes the top 5. Now battle for second continues. DiBenedetto on the inside, Gresham on the outside.
Well, this battle just won't quit. Matt DiBenedetto doing all he can do to try to get that second spot away from the 18 of Max Gresham.
Laps are winding down. Battle for second continues. Just 15 to go as we see DiBenedetto get by Gresham for second.
Great move by Matt DiBenedetto. He used a little bit more of the race, a little bit of contact. More contact.
Gresham gets into the back and DiBenedetto takes the spot back away. Here comes Chase Elliott.
You see a little bit of damage to the left front fender of the 15 car of DiBenedetto. That allows Brett Moffitt now to pull up beside him.
Brett Moffitt battling to get into the top 4 now as Chase Elliott's in front of him.
A lot of smoke from DiBenedetto's car from that tire rub.
Gresham holding on to second. Third, Chase Elliott. Now the battle on the inside. Here comes Moffitt for the 3rd spot. He'll take it away.
He's got it. What a great comeback. You see the damage to DiBenedetto's left front fender.
DiBenedetto, after running in the 2nd spot, a little bit of contact. He and Max Gresham, Chase Elliott. DiBenedetto's dropping back. Elliott, Moffitt chasing after Max Gresham now.
Well, that's a lot of tire smoke. I hope that tire lasts.
A lot of smoke coming out of the left side of that 15. Laps continue to wind down. Will the tire hang on long enough? Battle for second. Here comes Moffitt looking to the inside of Max Gresham.
What an incredible car that 00 is. We haven't seen him that much because he went down 2 laps on lap number 3, but man, does he have a strong car.
Battle for second continues. Moffitt is going to take the position away from Gresham. Can Moffitt come back and catch Sergio Pena and win this race?
He's able to clear the 18. They were teammates last year at Joe Gibbs Racing. Brett moved over to MWR. Mike Gricci and the boys, what a great season they've had.
Looking to make it 3 championships in a row for the 00, 2 with Ryan Truex. Now Brett Moffitt wants a championship of his own. And what a performance he has put on here at Langley Speedway. After being 2 laps down to start this race with a cut tire, he's battled back to second now and is reeling in Sergio Pena.
You don't think he's trying hard. He was completely sideways up off of turn 4 that last time.
Moffitt making his way up, trying to reel in the 4 of Pena, but the laps continue to wind down. Will there be enough time?
See, DiBenedetto gets to the inside of the 9 of Chase Elliott. That's a battle for the 4th spot.
DiBenedetto able to take the spot back from Chase Elliott. The smoke looks like it's going down just a little bit, but will the tire hang on?
Matt may be smoking there inside of the helmet, though. We saw a lot of contact between the 15 of DiBenedetto and the 18 of Max Gresham.
Fuming probably is Matt DiBenedetto as he's continuing to try to work back up and maybe catch up with that 18 of Max Gresham. 5 laps of racing to go.
Brett Moffitt moving by Julian Aberration in the 12 car.
Julian, a lap down car. So Moffitt trying to get no gap between he and race leader Sergio Pena. 4 laps of racing to go.
You see Sergio, he's about 8 car lengths ahead of Brett Moffitt. Don't know if there's going to be enough time. Lap cars could come into play.
They're clicking off laps at around 17 seconds a lap. So the time winding down. 3 laps of racing to go for Sergio Pena. Could he become the second racer to win 2 races this season?
See lap cars running side by side right in front of Sergio. I'm not sure Brett's going to have enough time, though.
Brett Moffitt this time by 2 laps of racing. Out in front, Sergio Pena. His last win and first win came earlier this year right here in Virginia at South Boston. Can he make it 2 in his home state? Coming out of turn number 4. White flag goes in the air. 1 lap to go for Sergio Pena.
I think he's got it. If he can negotiate this last half a lap. Brett Moffitt's a little bit too far back.
Expectations have been high for Sergio Pena for 2 years, and he will go to victory lane at Langley. Congratulations, Sergio Pena.
What a smart race. It looked like through the middle portion of the race that he saved his tires, and when he needed them at the end, he had them.
Sergio Pena may have gotten lucky that this race was only 175 laps. Brett Moffitt, very impressive. Sergio Pena able to celebrate once again his 2nd career win in the K&N Pro Series East. Let's hear from him. He's made it to victory lane. He's with Derek Furnasiglio. Derek.
Earlier this week on Facebook, Sergio Pena said, I need some luck to turn my season around, and he got it here tonight at Langley Speedway. He picks up his 2nd win of the 2011 season. Sergio, come on in here, buddy. We got to talk to you. You said you needed some luck earlier in the week on some of your social pages, and looks like you got it.
Yeah, man, oh my gosh, thank you so much. You know, the past 3 races, you know, Iowa, Bowman Gray, and Gresham, you know, we had some bad luck, but posted on my Facebook I needed some luck, and you know, we got it tonight. We led most of the race, I believe, and gosh, the car was so hooked up. I can't thank Matt Ghostland enough, all the guys at Revolution Racing and the Drive for Diversity program. You know, they put this car together perfect. I mean, I couldn't ask for more, and gosh, I can't thank them enough.
Take a look at our unofficial results. Brett Moffitt, really the fastest car on the racetrack, coming from 2 laps down to finish 2nd. Bill.
Yeah, an incredible run for Brett Moffitt. Max Gresham, Matt DiBenedetto, and Chase Elliott round out the top 5.
We look back through the field. Julian Aberration into the 12 car for this race. Finishes in the 19th position.
Ryan Gifford had some problems early, finishes in the 23rd spot.
Let's go back to Derek Furnasiglio. He's with 2nd place Brett Moffitt.
Brett Moffitt comes from 2 laps down, had to rally back from a flat tire, but how much were you up on the wheel tonight?
Harder than I've ever been. You know, the guys did an amazing job setting up the car, and you know, I'll take blame for this one. I got a little bit too close to the 2 car and cut a left front tire, and we ended up going 2 laps down, and we got stuck there for a long portion of the race. So you know, with about 40 laps to go, we finally got back into position where we could make up some points on the track, and you know, we made the most of it. You know, the car was amazing, and I just drove to the front. Didn't make any friends on the way, but we ended up 2nd, so it was a good day.
Only 12 races in the season. We've completed 7, and Gresham out in front of DiBenedetto by 17 points with 5 races remaining.
Yeah, still great point battle. Darrell Wallace Jr. was our leader coming in here. He falls to 3rd, 27 points behind.
First visit to Langley Speedway for the K&N Pro Series East. The next stop for the K&N Pro Series, the West Series, will be out at Infineon Raceway. You can watch that next week. It was short track racing at its finest here at Langley Speedway. Sergio Pena wins again.